Welcome to this week's Future Toolbox podcast. We explore the Z to A of life skills, where each letter stands for a topic and essential tool to help you get ahead in life. Meet Jules and Mark, creators of the multi-award-winning Future Toolbox, and enjoy their straightforward approach to creating growth mindsets that help people turn their dreams into realities. Whether you're a teen in education, a parent, a teacher, or part of a community group, start creating positive habits from today.
Welcome to this week's Z to A podcast. And it's Jules and Mark here from the Future Toolbox.
Hello.
Yay. So it's super exciting. It is the first week of December, which means Christmas is coming.
It means Christmas is on its way.
It's just around the corner. So this month's theme is obviously going to be Christmas related, isn't it? So what is our letter for this week?
This week's letter is F for festivities. Yes.
Woo!
So we're going to just chat about tips for getting creative and festive and happy and prepared for the big day. So a great way to begin getting festive is to put those decorations up, isn't it?
Oh yeah, the Christmas decorations. You got up the tree, the lights and all those things, haven't you?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I remember as a child growing up, the most exciting thing about putting the decorations up was going out to pick the Christmas tree, because we always used to have a traditional real Christmas tree.
Wow, yeah, the decorations, I mean, they look fabulous. The Christmas tree, the lights, all those things. Some people seem to put them up in October though, don't they? That's way too early for me, that is.
It's one of the greatest things I think about Christmas is putting those decorations up, because it really, really gets you into that Christmas festive mood. And people have traditions about what they put up, when they put it up. And one of the things that I really, really love doing when I'm decorating the house is listening to Christmas music.
Christmas music, yeah, that certainly gives you a lot of memories and evokes a lot of feelings. So what's your favourite Christmas song?
Oh, my favourite has to be the Pogues, Fairy Tale of New York.
The Pogues, yeah, I love that one. I love that one. It's Christmas. No, I'm not going to sing because our listeners will switch off, won't they?
Absolutely. Especially if I do.
I love Last Christmas by Wham. Not all the remix versions, the original Last Christmas by Wham. That is one of my favourites.
Yes.
In fact, I loved it so much that I used to have a CD that I put in my car. And I used to play Last Christmas in June.
That's worse than putting the Christmas decorations up in October.
I know, it is true, isn't it? And the other one I really love as well, it's not actually, I don't even think it's a Christmas song, it's just a Christmas video, but Stay Another Day by East 17.
Oh, yeah, that's quite an emotional one, isn't it?
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I like that one. There was that other one that I really, really love is Jonah Louie, Stop the Cavalry. That just brings back such brilliant memories of when that first came out. Yeah, and singing it with my dad and that. It's just fantastic. But what other sort of things are really, really great at getting you in the festive mood? One of them that I enjoy doing is baking certain things, like the traditional mince pies. Who still bakes mince pies?
Do you know what one of the traditional things I love doing?
Eating them.
Eating your mince pies, yeah. but yeah, my nan makes amazing mince pies as well, doesn't she?
Oh, she does.
Yes. So
we always look forward to when she turns up with our tin of mince pies for our Christmas, don't we?
Yeah, Nan, if you're listening, I'm putting the order in.
Yeah, other things that you can do to help you get in this festive mood is the good old watch a Christmas film.
Oh yes, Christmas films, Bad Santa.
Bad Santa. Oh, that's a great film. But I also used to watch Scrooge with
Bill Murray.
Bill Murray, that was it. That was one that we'd watch over and over and over again and still watch.
Yeah. The other one for me is Home Alone as well.
Oh yeah.
So that's quite Christmassy. And how did they leave Kevin at home? How did they leave him at home? How did they not notice him?
Yeah, but not just once.
Not just once, yeah. But all sorts of weird and wacky things happened in that house, didn't they? If you've never seen Home Alone before, you have to watch it. Now, I'm just really mindful that there might be some teenagers listening to this and going, well, what are all these songs that you're talking about? But we are talking about a Christmas tradition after all, and tradition is sometimes about the older stuff as well that existed in the past.
Yes.
So there you go, teens. If you haven't heard of these things, do a little bit of tradition, listen to a bit of music, watch an old film, and enjoy those classics.
And they will become old, the ones that you're watching in years to come. So you're creating your traditions by watching the new ones. There you go.
Oh, yeah, even better. That works. That works every single way, doesn't it?
But there's something coming up this week as well. That another way to get festive is to wear festive clothes, because it's going to be Christmas jumper day.
Yeah, 8th of December is Christmas jumper day.
Yes, yeah. And I think originally it was to wear the worst Christmas jumper that you could find. I think that was the tradition. I don't know whether that's still happening. Do you have a Christmas jumper?
I do, don't I? It's really itchy though.
Yeah.
That's the only problem with it. But it is pretty bad. I mean, my fashion sense isn't the best anyway. So to me, it's just a normal Christmas jumper, not a worst one, I suppose.
I like wearing the Christmas hats as well.
Yeah, you can't beat a Santa hat.
A little Santa hat with a little bell on the end.
Yeah. And we have the Christmas park runs as well. So when I go to do the park run around our local park, people don't know what a park run is. It's a 5K free event that runs every week. And at Christmas, we always wear our Christmas hats. We'll bring those themes into our running and everybody takes part. It's good fun.
Well, let's face it, it's Christmas once you start buying all the Christmas presents.
Yeah, spending money.
No, I think that can be stressful, but it also can be a bit of fun when you've chose something and you can imagine their reaction when they open it on Christmas Day. Kind of makes you feel all warm and gushy. Now, this is quite unique to Christmas because I think it's about the only time of year that you actually buy gifts for all of your family at once, don't you?
That is very true. Yeah, I've not really thought of that before. But it is nice, isn't it, when you give somebody something that means a lot to them, something that's quite personal as well. They're always my favourite sort of gifts, when you put a lot of thought into it. What about wrapping the Christmas presents as well?
Yeah. Do you know, some years I absolutely love wrapping the Christmas presents and I go all out with everything, with bows and ribbons and all the rest of it. And then some Christmases, I don't.
Can't be bothered. Do you remember one year when we ran out of Christmas paper and I started wrapping them in birthday paper?
Yes. That's almost a tradition now that, people for their birthdays get it in Christmas wrapping paper, don't they?
Saves the planet. I've really enjoyed those memories because it's brought back some childhood memories and some from more recent years. Another one I always think of when I think of Christmas is people always imagine that white Christmas.
Oh, white Christmas. Has anybody ever seen a white Christmas? A real white Christmas?
I don't think it ever snows on Christmas Day in Britain. It probably has.
It has.
I don't ever remember having deep snow. But you have that romantic vision in your mind that the snowflakes are going to come down just as it passes midnight, like it does in all the Christmas films. But something that's also come into my mind is we talk about Christmas traditions and it being really cold weather and you're having this imaginary snow.
Imaginary snow. Yes, that's it.
Imaginary snow. You spray all over your windows and you can't get it off.
And you can't get it off.
Yeah, that's still there in June with my last Christmas song. But we've also had some different Christmases, haven't we? We spent Christmas in Asia. So we spent Christmas Day.
We was away at Christmas. We went to Venice.
That was really lovely, wasn't it?
That was gorgeous.
And it was really magical because experiencing it in the cold Venice canals, around the little side streets and seeing all the Christmas trees.
Beautiful, very beautiful.
Crossing those bridges was amazing. But when we were in Asia, it was very different, wasn't it? Because
it was hot.
It wasn't cold. It wasn't snowing. It's never snowed. Never snowed in Thailand, does it?
Strangely.
But that was really strange at first because we got up on Christmas morning and the sun was shining. It was baking hot. It was about 30-odd degrees like it is pretty much every day there. Thailand's a Buddhist country, so of course they don't celebrate Christmas the same way we do. They recognise it, they have the Christmas trees and the festivities, but they don't go as full on into Christmas like we do in Britain. So we got up and went to the beach. Now, obviously, living where we do in the Midlands, we don't have a beach, so I've never done that as a child. You lived by the sea, didn't you?
Oh yes, and that was a huge tradition to be on the beach over the Christmas. And actually, New Year's Eve, we will always try to be the last person on the beach for that year. I'll never know whether we ever did that or not, but we tried our best.
Check for that achievement. But yeah, going to the beach in Thailand was so different because obviously it was very hot and, as we keep repeating, there was no snow.
On Christmas Day, wearing shorts and T-shirt as opposed to Christmas jumpers and woolly hats and everything. It was different.
But we did wear our Santa hats and we went out with some friends, didn't we, to a really, really nice restaurant, had a traditional Christmas dinner, so that was really, really good. And then went back and went to the beach.
I went back to the beach and swam some more.
And talking of Asia as well, we had another Christmas in Sri Lanka.
Oh, that was lovely. That was
fabulous.
Really, that Christmas Eve on the beach, was just the most wonderful atmosphere. Everybody was partying, enjoying themselves, and there was people going around all dressed up in their Christmas gear, weren't they? And it was magical. It was very magical.
It was, and it was lovely again because Sri Lanka's a not non-Christian country, so there was people celebrating the festivities. So I remember doing a surfing lesson on Christmas Day, didn't I?
That was your Christmas present.
Yeah, thank you. That was that was an amazing Christmas present, and I actually learned how to fall off of a surfboard multiple times.
You became very good at that.
I'm an expert at falling off surfboards. But that was brilliant because our Christmas dinner that night was a Sri Lankan dal.
Yes.
And yeah, we ate curry.
Curry for Christmas.
But there was no Christmassy about it. It was really, really nice. I remember that. It was a lovely little restaurant at the top of a tree. It wasn't literally, but there was a tree in the middle of the restaurant, wasn't there? It was beautiful. But anyway, that was breaking the tradition, wasn't it, really, I suppose, and doing something different. So maybe people could do something different on Christmas Day as well if they fancy it.
Absolutely. Now, we've been chatting about how wonderful Christmas is and the build-up and the excitement and all the different traditions. But we are acutely aware that Christmas isn't for everybody, that it's a time that can be difficult for families. Yeah. And it's a time where it could bring back not such happy memories that we're talking about. So we are aware that it's not for everybody.
Yeah, I guess with Christmas, sometimes there's that extra pressure to spend lots of money.
Yeah.
And marketing's very, very good at making us feel like we need to spend money anyway, but especially at Christmas. One of the top tips is really to say to budget for Christmas.
Yeah, we've done that this year. We've set budgets with the family, not just for us, but we know everybody's struggling at the moment. And so rather than put that pressure on families, we've set budgets.
That makes sense, doesn't it? Also, let's not forget that people that work on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
So my dad was in the medical profession and he worked in ICU. So he always struggled to get a day off on Christmas and seemed to be working every single year on Christmas Day.
Yeah, there's lots of professions that still have to be running on Christmas. Like you just mentioned, the NHS, but the police, carers. We take it for granted that we'll go to the pub at Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, but those people, they're working, they're giving up their time so that we can go and enjoy ourselves.
Yeah, so we've got to be kind to everybody, really, haven't we, around Christmas, and recognise that there are people who are working really, really hard.
There's people that's working really hard. There's people that for Christmas isn't a happy time. So we just need to be mindful of people that aren't in that festive mood.
Another thing I want to mention as well at this point is in these podcasts, we talk a lot about self-care. And with Christmas, we've already talked about the financial pressures. We've talked about the marketing. You must have this. You must buy these presents.
Maybe having to work.
Yeah, there's a big build-up for what effectively is one day. And this is the same for things like big life events like weddings and big trips and whatever. People tend to sometimes then have the hangover afterwards. And I don't mean the Christmas drinking hangover. I mean, you build up for this big day and then all of a sudden you just go, boom, what next? Oh, New Year, boom, what next? But it's worth being mindful of the self-care and just taking some time to think about the build-up to Christmas, the day itself and the bit afterwards, and how are you going to enjoy that moment?
Yes. I think that's very true because now the hype is there that you've got to almost have this perfect day, like you said about like a perfect wedding. And it doesn't always happen for lots and lots of reasons that we've said. So it's okay not to have this perfect day. And if you're feeling overwhelmed by it all, take some time out.
You can listen to Perfect Day by Lou Reed. It's
not
a Christmas song, but it's a lovely song, isn't it? So I guess one of the things to really do, though, is to take yourself away from the noise and perhaps do the things that you love doing. So taking a quiet walk around the park.
Getting outside, being in nature is always a calming thing if you're feeling overwhelmed or not feeling the love of Christmas.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing better than sticking your scarf and your hat on and going outside in the cold weather.
The snow, hopefully.
The snow that's falling from the sky because it's Christmas, of course.
Another thing that can really help soothe you is doing something crafty or arty or painting. Something that I used to do was make my own Christmas cards. Yeah. And I find that relaxing and you can focus completely on that and it takes away all the stress and the worry that you may be feeling. So get crafty.
That's actually given me a twofold idea there because obviously you've got the well-being and self-care of being crafty and creative, but what also comes with that is then it releases the pressure of the financial burden. So you could actually make somebody a gift. a few years ago.
How amazing is that?
Yeah, I gave my family and friends some of my drawings.
Yeah.
That's on display in Northampton Museum and Art Gallery. Oh, there's a little plug there.
Plug.
There's a little plug there. I'm not suggesting that everybody does this, but being authors, we've sometimes given people our books.
Yes.
And again, it's a personal thing to give somebody a present. So if you're making something, you're giving something to somebody else that you've made, then that sometimes is more personal.
Yeah.
Plus it releases the financial burden.
It's very true. And something you've just brought back a memory of something my mum used to get us doing after Christmas. She used to have these packs of cards where you actually coloured them in and you wrote your thank you cards and posted those out after Christmas.
Yeah.
I remember doing that. I thought it was such a lovely family thing to do.
Yeah, being grateful for things.
Yes.
I just remember one of the loveliest presents my mum gave me was that photo album of pictures of me growing up. And when I opened it, I just burst into tears because it was just such a lovely idea that she'd gone, and found all these old negatives when you used to have like the photo negatives.
Yeah, that's right.
Got those printed out in the Photoshop and then put them into a photo album, gave them to me for Christmas. A lot of time and effort and care for it. And it's one of my favourite Christmas presents. It just brought back so many memories.
Do you know what? Sitting here talking about the festivities and the build up to Christmas has really, really put me in the mood for Christmas now. I'm going to go out and I'm going to start my Christmas shopping. I can't wait.
Well, it is December, so we're allowed to do that now, which is great. But I don't like subtle advertising, so I'm going to now do some blatant advertising.
Well, I know what you're going to say.
But no, thank you to our listeners for listening to our latest podcast.
Yes, thank you.
If you would like some stocking fillers, I guess they're called out now, some little presents for your family, we do have them on our website, futuretoolbox.co.uk, if you go to the shop, or you can find them on places like Amazon, of course. We have the Half Man, Half Marathon, our brand new book, which is all about running and positive mental health. There's Don't Get Your Neck Tattooed, which of course is the Z2A of life skills, what this podcast is all about. And that's great for teens, young adults and families. And we also have a bullet journal, How to Bujo.
Oh, yes.
Love that one. So get journaling in the new year. It's a great way to start the new year. And Smarten Your Study for those teens who are sitting their GCSEs and looking for fun ways to study. And there's other bits on there as well. So go to our website, have a look for those. And we really appreciate any custom that you give us. So thank you very much.
What would be really nice is for people to send in what their traditions are and whether they've started their Christmas shopping or put their decorations up. So let us know.
And how can you contact us? Well, you can find us on social media. We are on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok. And of course our website, which we mentioned, which is futuretoolbox.co.uk. And we look forward to seeing you very soon. Happy Christmas Jumper Day.
Yes. Bye for now.
Thank you for joining us for the Z2A of Life Skills with Jules and Mark of the Future Toolbox. Don't forget to head over to their website, which is futuretoolbox.co.uk, where you can find lots of free resources, plus a host of books in the store, as well as subscribing to the membership site. Follow Future Toolbox Instagram, TikTok and Facebook at Future Toolbox, and subscribe to their YouTube channel too.